So in today's segment, we're going to be doing a Q&A Sundays, but Snapchat edition. So I would actually be Snapchatting the Q&A at the same time, recording it to post it on my YouTube as well. So that's what the content is going to be about.
Woke up in the morning like, ooh, let's get it. Trying to make this paper.
I have about 7 questions, and that's it. So we're gonna go right to it. The first question, okay? It's weird Snapchatting at the same time and YouTubing. The first question is from Muna from Switzerland. She said she has been going to the gym for 2 months now. She has not lost any weight yet. However, her body feels a lot tighter. She wants to know, is she doing anything wrong, and what advice would I give her as far as like what to eat before going to the gym and after she works out. So I'm gonna try to tackle this piece by piece because I think it's multiple questions in one. So give yourself some time, especially if you have to lose about anything 10 to 20 pounds and more. Give yourself some time. I say minimum 3 to 6 months to get to know yourself, to see what works for you, to see what doesn't work for you, and to see what system you can use to consistently continue to better your health and your fitness. The second part of the question is her body's getting tighter. So there's something called the beginner's gains or the newbie gain. So when you go to the gym, especially if I'm not sure if Muna has been lifting weights, but when you first go to the gym, you easily gain muscle. So your body's probably getting tighter because you probably gained a little bit of muscle mass. Your gains are popping right now, so you're probably noticing the differences. So it's easy to see results because it's new to you. The second part to that question is, what should I eat before and after I work out? Now, before I even move forward, I gotta explain what I just said in Somali, because I do have Somali followers in every question. So midda labaad waxay ahayd jirkii adkaaday, marka taas waxaa rabay inaan kuu sheego. Third and last question from Muna, because I did promise that I was gonna answer her questions first, is what to eat before and after a workout. What you want to eat is good complex carbs, right? You want to eat that is after your workout. After your workout, you want to eat, because I always like after workout. It's like very, very critical. If you work out in the morning, right? After workout, you want to eat oatmeal, breakfast food, eggs, yogurt, fruit, a balanced breakfast. Make sure it has protein. Now, if you go on my Instagram fitness page at My New Fit Life, which I will post on here, the portion size, if you don't know how much of what to eat, I did a little infographic, thanks to Precision Nutrition, that you can use. Make sure everything that you eat has a palm of protein every single meal. So eggs, Greek yogurt, perhaps protein shake, again, oatmeal. You can do a peanut butter sandwich with some eggs, egg whites on the side. So that would be a great post-workout after if you're a breakfast workout person. If you work out before you eat breakfast. If you work out in the morning, I should say. What to eat before a workout? Same thing, right? You want to have a little bit of carbs. Usually you want to like to keep it simple so that way you have quick, easily available energy. So I would say like maybe a banana, perhaps oatmeal with banana and some nuts, perhaps some yogurt, peanut butter sandwich, maybe like a boiled egg or something quick, and then it's easily available and you can go work out. Now, if you work out in the evening, same thing. You can snack on an apple, a banana, if you're the person who works out right after you get out of work, and then have a nice, delicious, balanced out dinner. So it's not really that complicated if you really think about it. It's just you gotta make sure you have your carbs, you gotta have your protein, you gotta have your veggies, and you gotta have your fats. And that's it, and you just keep repeating that every single day. I'm also, that's what I'm doing, I'm also recording this on YouTube at the same time. Trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? King Mo, shout out to King Mo for sending this question. What has been your biggest lesson in life and setbacks? And how have you overcome them? This question had me thinking the entire weekend since the day he asked. I'm not even sure I formulated enough thought process to actually say what my answer is, because I've been through a lot, and the only way I can share this is if I get really personal with you guys. So, my biggest life lesson. I know it. I know my biggest life lesson. My biggest life lesson was when I realized that in life, there are people who care about you. There are people who love you. There are people who are your family. There are people who are your friends. There are people who say they're your family and your friends. But the only thing that makes you two close is because of the bloodline. But the most important thing that I've learned is that despite all of that, there is no one coming for you. There's absolutely no one coming for you. That you have to always get up and come for yourself, as in you have to be your own superhero. That has been my major life lesson that I've learned. You know, things could be so messed up for you, and that you could be walking around going through so much. You could be even suicidal, and that there isn't anyone coming to save the day. You have to get up and save your day and yourself. No matter what happens, I have to always remember to get up, dust myself off, and extend a hand to myself and help myself up, despite of all the people that I have in my life. Because if you really think about it, everyone is on their own, right? You can't help others if you can't help yourself. And no one really wants nothing to do with you if you aren't able to help yourself. As messed up as that sound, that has been my reality at some point in my life. So, you have to be your own superhero. That has been my biggest life lesson. What has been my biggest setback, and how did I overcome? Now, it's basically connected to the other question. My biggest setback was not knowing. Actually, my biggest setback was I never really had. My biggest setback was not ever having the right support system. In addition to that, not knowing who I was. In addition to that, it's like a nice cubicle of setbacks. In addition to that, not having the right support system. I don't think I've even had a childhood when I was younger. My childhood was basically fleeing from city to city as I've experienced a civil war back in my country. So my biggest setback was all that combined in a cube, and I come to America, and you know, it's kind of like I'm released out into the wilderness. That's how I felt. So not knowing who I am, not having the right support system, not having a childhood, basically feeling really lost, I was released onto the world to make something of my own. And in the process of that, I lost and found myself at the same time. And which brings me back to the first question. You have to be your own superhero. So I found myself when I realized there wasn't anyone coming to save me. There wasn't anyone coming. You know, the only direction that I was getting was tough love criticism. So that was my setback. How did I bounce back, and how did I overcome that? Was the most challenging thing. I'm still overcoming a lot of things that happened to me in my life. And the way that I've overcome that was I had to fall really hard. I had to fall flat on my face. I had to struggle. I had to make a lot of mistakes, which I'm still making a lot of mistakes, and I'm thankful for the struggle and the mistakes that I've made. I had to hit rock bottom basically, and the one thing that always kept my head afloat was the fact that I was always hopeful, and that when I knew I couldn't do anything, I always I would just cry out to God. So the way I overcame was letting God work magic me being able to do what it is that I can do, what it is that I control, hence why I got into fitness, and letting God and the universe take care of the rest. What are your top 3 books about life and entrepreneurship? I have some of the books. I have a lot of books actually, but the first book that got me into so many other books, right, is this bad boy right here. 177 Mental Toughness Secret of World Class. The Thought Process, Habits, and Philosophies of the Great Ones by Steve. Cannot pronounce his last name. Just we're gonna go with Steve, all right? So what this book allowed me, believe it or not, I was out in the park and I went for a walk when I got this book. And this guy was throwing away a bunch of books, and I was just like, can I take a look at the books before you throw it away? And I can just help you throw it away after. And he was like, sure. And then I took all the books that I felt like that I needed, that I felt like that I could learn from, and this was one of the books. So again, going back to my setbacks and my struggles, I found this in the midst of that. What this book does is, it's amazing, right? First of all, for someone who doesn't like reading, I've grown to love reading. It has different sections, right? It has an action step for today for you to take. It has a quote. It also has a world-class resources. So from the book that I'm recommending, I already snapped about it. Just had to make space for my camera. I'm gonna read it to you because I don't think it's showing on the camera. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. The only book you need to lead you to success by Dale Carnegie. This book is amazing. It helped me learn a lot about myself, my interpersonal skills, and how to deal with people. Because in your entire life, no matter what business you're in, no matter what you do in your life, you're always going to be interacting with people. And there was a point in my life that I really cared about harvesting good relationship with the people in my life, and there were some things that I needed to fix on my own, and that book helped me better that, helped me become better in sense. So I definitely want to recommend this book for everyone. Okay, the third book, this book, right? The third book that I'm going to recommend, and then I'm going to do one more, which is the fourth one, which is entrepreneurship, because you did ask for an entrepreneurship book. But these help you. The first class one also gives you a books that are entrepreneurship as well, about entrepreneurship. This is a major book. I reference this book all the freaking time. And this book is Mastery by Robert Greene. I can never get tired of recommending this book right here. You see this? I had to, every time I had a moment, every time I had a question, it just made me wonder, and I couldn't answer it. I would tag it away. There was a line that I read, and it brought me back to me back home when I was younger, and it made me at that night I was sitting with my mom and I had a vision, right? And she asked me what I wanted to do with my life. It felt like my body just elevated from my spirit just elevated from my body, and I had a vision that I knew that I would end up in America. Isn't that crazy? I knew I was gonna end up in America, and my goal was, my purpose was to basically feed the people. I don't know what it is I'm gonna be feeding them, but feed the freaking people, give them what they need, make a positive impact. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna help people. But when I read the book, right now, I don't want to get off topic. When I read the book, it brought me back to that night, and I was like, hold on. All this stuff that I'm doing right now is not the inclination I had at that age. I need to bring it right back. Sometimes society conforms us to be who we don't want to be who they want us to be. You know what I'm saying? So this book brought me back to my true self, what I wanted to do, it helped me rediscover who I was and what my purpose is. So I highly recommend this book. You know what I'm saying? It has 3 different stages. I recommend this book. I will recommend it forever. Every single time someone asks me, I will recommend it. Now, the last book that I'm going to recommend about entrepreneurship, it's it isn't necessarily, it's the guy who created, I'm only recommending this book because of I didn't even finish reading the book. I took what I needed and I stopped reading the rest. Sometimes I'm like that. If I get what I need, I move on to the next one. It's called From Zero to One. I recommended it to my Snapchatters before. And it's by the guy who is a co-founder of PayPal. He said, there was a line that he said that helped me. I was just like, that's it. My mind has been on that since then, which is, what is the next best top business or company that no one is building, right? When it comes to entrepreneurship, you know, it's a cool thing to be. I'm an entrepreneur. It's really cool, but it's extremely difficult to be really an entrepreneur, right? So when he set that line, right? Snapchat's running out of time. When he set that line, I had chills, right? I had chills. It made me wonder, you know, if you're gonna do something, right? You're gonna be an entrepreneur, you're gonna be a creator, your goal should always to be innovative, to make the lives of others and the world a lot better and easier. So what is the next best thing that no one is doing right now? For those of you guys who are entrepreneurs out there, that's something to think about. It's called From Zero to One by I don't know his name, Peter Thiel, that's his name. Never again. This is like so, I say good luck to anyone who's watching my Snapchat today. I wish them a very much luck. Finish the rest of the snaps here because that's just too much. How do you stay motivated? I think I've done a video on my YouTube before. I'm gonna put the link on here. How do I stay motivated? I say this all the time. Motivation comes and goes. But I get what you guys are asking. You know, how do you stay hungry? How when you don't want to do it? You know, when you don't feel like getting up, when you're sick, when you're tired, when things aren't going right, when your body says no, when your mind says no. How do you still find, you know, the courage, the strength to keep going? I'm gonna say this. You have to draw from a reservoir of pain. That's where I draw from. I draw from deep down inside, and it pushes me because I look at where I'm at. I look at where I want to be at, and I know I can be in a better position. I can be in a better position for myself, mentally, spiritually, and physically, and financially. I can be in a better position for myself, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, and emotionally for my family as well, for my friends as well. So when I look at that, you know, my motivation comes from how low I have been, and I look up, it's limitless. Where you can go is limitless. When you've been to the bottom, the only place to go is up. So my motivation comes from a place that's dark, a place that is deep, a place that is painful, and also there's one thing you have to also keep in mind. You can't be selfish. You cannot be selfish with your purpose, right? You cannot be selfish with whatever it is that you're working on. It can't be only beneficial to you, because then if it is, it has to be something that your family, your friends, the world can benefit from, because you're created for a freaking reason. You're not created just to serve yourself. So what I'm trying to say is, it has to be bigger than you. It has to be bigger than I just want to have money in the bank and I want to have a nice car. I want to have a nice house. It has to be much bigger than anything money can buy. It has to be much bigger than you. It has to be as big as the freaking universe. So along with drawing from a dark, deep place, whatever it is that you're working towards has to be huge, right? That there's no way you can take a nap right now. You shouldn't be taking a nap, because there's something. It's kind of like if you're supposed to pick up kids on a winter, it's a snowy day, you're supposed to pick up kids from school. You know better to be taking a nap. There's no way that you should be. Your entire body is telling you I cannot move, but you get up because those little kids are waiting, right? It's a huge responsibility. So you want to have something that is big, that no matter what goes on in your way, what obstacles in your way, that you still find the energy, the courage to keep going. So my motivation comes from deep down dark place, and what I want to do is much bigger than myself. It's as big as the universe. You know, you have to allow, for those of you guys who believe in God, you have to allow God, you have to allow to let God in and show you the way. I'm getting a bit religious, and I'm not a religious person. I'm very spiritual, and I hold God dearly in my heart. But you have to ask God to let the light in your heart and let it guide you. And that's it. I'm gonna tell my snappers to watch it on YouTube, because ain't no way. Like, I normally snap a lot, and oh my God, I think this is absurd. But you know what? Shout out to the people who are watching it. They're on it. Oh my God, they're on it. Oh my God. How many views are we at right now? God. Oh my God. Shout out to y'all. If you're watching this, if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel and you have me a Snapchat, I just want to say thank you. You're the real MVP. Damn, look how much I snap. I'm scrolling. Right now, we have 386 people who watched it. Woo! You know it's gonna go up. But I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna tell them, listen, y'all, how do you stay motivated? Which is a question that I always get, right? The answer, I've recorded the answer on here, okay? Because it's long. The Snapchats are already long. So I'm gonna edit this and we'll post this for you guys so you can watch the entire thing. Feel free to skip through. I have a second option for you right here. And I'm sorry that the Snapchats are long because I'm even freaked out by it, okay? But thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sending questions. And I'm gonna try to figure out a better system. Because we need a system, y'all. We need a system for this. But big ups to you. Gang, 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 gang. Word. Thanks. They love the Somali. What? Guys, I want you to subscribe. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to comment. Let me know what you thought of this video. Any advice you want to give me on how I can make it better. Any advice on how I should handle this Q&A Sundays, because I think it would be an awesome segment for me to reflect and also for people to benefit at the same time. But we gotta find a better system. So any comment, anything that could help. Most importantly, subscribe and comment. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I'm out.